All right, Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for January 1st to the 7th of 2018. And this video is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out that link down below. The signs are different from mainstream astrology. All right, so Sag, we have a full moon in your 7th house of relationships here this week, right at the beginning on Monday. So coming into the week, some awareness about relationships in your life. Some of you harvesting and cultivating this area, but I think most importantly, just doing the status check with what insight you do gain and maybe start to implement some of these insights this week. So we do have some supportive aspects with this full moon throughout the week, and then Saturday we do have Mars going over Jupiter, which can give us a bit of inspiration and motivation and drive. And for you, this could be through the area of your friends, your network circles, and all of your future ambitions and aspirations. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, Sagittarius, so here's your chart for the week. Here's the full moon in your 7th house of relationships on Monday. Very supportive full moon, as you can see here with this kite formation. And yeah, it's really illuminating your relationship sector. So this is all relationships in your life, romantic for some of you, you know, business for others or friends or whatever. So just this whole now status check and insight. And for those of you that did begin something new with relationships 6 months ago, this could also be a harvest time for that stuff as well. But whatever it is, a great week for implementation, a great week for pivoting and shifting to implement these insights from Monday. So the supportive aspects are really going into your 1st house here. By the way, happy birthday for those of you watching for your sun signs who have your birthdays this week. But all of you do have Venus, the sun, and recently Saturn all in your sign. So this is, in terms of the full moon, much about balance. Reason being is that the 1st house is the house of self. It's the house of our independence, and it's the house of becoming more aware of who we are and what we want in life. And so balancing that, of course, with relationships, that we can't have healthy relationships without a clear sense of self and what we want, and vice versa. We can't become aware of ourselves and have what we want without people and relationships in our life. So that type of balance, I think, is great, and the supportive energy is coming into your sign here, starting on Tuesday with the sun sextiling up to Neptune. So this can give a bit of easygoingness with yourself, maybe feeling a bit expansive, open-minded, which is great. Your communications can flow maybe quite easily at the beginning of the week. And Tuesday, Uranus does go direct in your 4th house of home, of family, and your health. So for those of you who've been maybe putting this area on the back burner or hasn't been as emphasized the past 6 months, you're likely going to notice a shift here about midweek where you can start to implement a little bit more of the home matters, family matters, or health matters. And this is particularly pertaining to the importance of having freedom with this area, right? Freedom with home, freedom with family, freedom with health. And so how can you implement this area and develop these foundations so that they are more of a reflection of what you're truly about? Wednesday, we do have Venus sextiling up to Neptune again, positive energy going into this 1st house. Here you could be feeling quite easygoing with your routine and maybe with some of those network circles. And this will be particularly emphasized on Saturday when Mars goes over Jupiter in this 11th house of your network circles and also of your future aspirations, giving a bit of buoyancy here, motivation and drive to pursue your groups, community stuff, spend some time with friends or whatever it is, maybe online or technological for some of you. And then others, your future hopes and wishes, maybe some motivation there. So there could be opportunities with this in some way, some new beginnings unfolding, because it is the first conjunction we have with Jupiter since Jupiter's entered into this 11th house. So this is basically saying that most of 2018, I think there will be plenty of opportunities here for you with your network circles and your aspirations. And here this weekend, it could be activating that. All right. And also over the weekend, Mercury is going to be trining up to Neptune, or excuse me, Uranus, which is the 3rd and final trine here with Uranus since Mercury has been retrograde. And so this is giving you, again, more insight. And I think the insight here could have to do with your spiritual well-being. I think a lot of you have learned a lot lately, these past at least few weeks, 4 weeks or more actually, in regards to where you can have more peace in your life, more acceptance, more tranquility, and how this can be a very freeing very freeing thing. So maybe some of you are getting some rest. Some of you may be doing spiritual activities, spending more time at home or with family, whatever it is. Great weekend for mixing things up there with the more watery and personal aspects of life. All right, so a fantastic weekend, Sagittarius, or week rather. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon for the next forecast.